Hello, wonderful boys and girls, and welcome to Christian Storytime with Avant-garde Books. I'm Cherie Hardy, and I hope that you are well. Today, I have the pleasure of reading Shoes Petra. This book was written by Donna Clarke in 2013. If you have the book, feel free to read along silently with me, but if you don't, it's quite okay. Just get in a very comfortable place, get relaxed, and listen to Shoes Petra. Psalm 113, 1 and 6. Praise ye the Lord, praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun until the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth? Petra was a girl from a little island with a big smile, a big heart, and great love for Jesus. She was greatly loved by her grandmother, who would tell her about the love of Jesus. Grandmother would tell Petra while walking her to school every day, "All you need is Jesus." Petra was told about Jesus' love so often that every time her grandmother would start the sentence, Petra would finish it. "I know, Grandma. All you need is Jesus." One day after school, Petra overheard the other little girls planning to go to a circus that just came to town. Della, a classmate of Petra, received many tickets from her father, who was an important businessman in town and one of the organizers of the circus. Della asked about Petra. The other girls broke out in laughter. They laughed and laughed and laughed even louder. One girl said, Shoes Petra could not afford the ticket. Besides, even if she did, she does not even have shoes. They laughed and laughed and laughed. Shoes Petra, they laughed. Another girl said, "It is one thing to go to school with Shoes Petra, but it is quite another going to the city with her." Indeed, Petra did not have any shoes. She attended school in bare feet. She had one uniform that her grandmother washed every day and stitched up when needed. The other kids secretly called her Shoes Petra, but this was the first time Petra heard them call her that. Terribly saddened, Petra ran behind a tree and wept. Before that day, Petra never realized that she was, according to the other girls, poor. She had been very happy. Meanwhile, Della climbed into her father's nice new car and told him why she and her friends were laughing. When her grandmother came to pick Petra up from school and found her crying, she simply said, as she did every day, "All you need is Jesus." But Petra didn't finish the sentence this time. She told her grandmother about what happened. Said her grandmother as they headed home. "While you walked home every day, Petra, did you ever hurt your feet?" Her grandmother asked. "No," said Petra. "I believe that the Lord is our protector," said her grandmother. As they did every day, they passed by Mrs. Johnson's home, where she always gave Petra a freshly picked mango from her tree. Petra's grandmother said, "I believe that the Lord always provides." As they continued walking, they passed by Stewart's home. The last hurricane blew off his roof and damaged many other homes in the area, and the family had since moved out. Thankfully, Petra's home was not damaged at all. Her grandmother said, "The Lord is our shield." As they continued walking, Petra and her grandmother were both startled by the shouting of their neighbor, Mr. Menard. the barking of his dogs, and the screeching of monkeys. Monkeys often wreaked havoc in gardens. That is why Mr. Bernard had just brought 2 dogs to keep the monkeys out. The smart monkeys, however, outsmarted Mr. Bernard by becoming the dogs' friends. Those mischievous monkeys played with the dogs and rode around on their backs through and over his garden. The monkeys flipped and flopped on the backs of the dogs as the dogs ran around the same garden that they were supposed to protect. Mr. Bernard ran out of his house not knowing who to chase. It was a funny sight, and it made Petra forget about her sadness. She was entertained just like being at a circus. Her grandmother said, "I believe the Lord does not want us to like anything, not even laughter." When they arrived in front of their home, her grandmother said, "My dear, all you need is," and Petra completed the sentence with a joyful heart, "Jesus. All you need is Jesus." Suddenly, a very nice car pulled up to their house. It was Della and her father. They brought her a ticket for the circus and a pair of the most beautiful shoes Petra had ever seen. Della's father said that he too had no shoes when he was her age. Until this day, even with great success, he remembered the courage it took to go to school without shoes or school supplies. He admired Petra's strength of character, as she was the only one in her class without shoes. He told her to always focus on what she did have, rather than what she did not. Petra put on her new shoes and headed to the circus with Della. They sat in the front seats. There, her sparkly new shoes, which matched her big, bright, sparkly smile, were on display for all to see. Every year after that day, Della's father brought Petra a new pair of shoes. But more importantly, he also reminded her of her grandmother's wise words, "All you need is Jesus." Philippians 4:6-7. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. The music for this video is played by Clarke, the nephew of the author. If you go to YouTube, you can see Daniel captivating audiences from all over the world. Donna Clarke, the author of this book, was born in Montreal and holds a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering from the Université de Sherbrooke. She received inspiration for this book through her mission work in Africa. During speaking engagements in Africa, the children would break out in applause when it was suggested that she would pray for the same favor that rested on Daniel to rest on them. Recognized for her creative community engagement, she has sat on various boards of nonprofit organizations and is a member of the Canadian Science Writers Association. Donna is now living in Ottawa with her husband and daughter. If you would like to get a copy of No Shoes Petra by Donna Clarke, go to Amazon, where copies are available 24/7. Thank you for listening, watching, and learning with Avant-garde Books. Don't forget to subscribe to our educational channel. Have a beautiful day.